Today, guys, is the day to get ready for the next part of the bull market. I'm going to tell you exactly what I think will happen, and I can already see the signs. I can already see the cracks in the wall. We're going to see some crazy pumps near the end of the bull market, and I'm going to walk you through everything I think will happen so that you can be ready for it and hopefully make a lot of money. So make sure you watch this video all the way through, guys, because it's very important. Hey everyone, welcome back. My name is Chris, and I make daily movies about cryptocurrencies that teach you how to make money in this market. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe and turn on the bell right now. Guys, what do we see here for a Bitcoin? Let me first talk quickly about Bitcoin over shorter periods of time. As you can see, we are currently resting on my $68,500 orange line. This line is what is keeping the Bitcoin price up right now. Alright, so this is good. It has kept the price of Bitcoin steady so far, and Bitcoin is not falling from this important point. We do need to get ready for a few very important things right now, though, if we want to make a lot of money later in the year. I've been telling you guys that I think Bitcoin will go up and down. I think that Bitcoin will mostly stay the same for most of December, as well as for the next few weeks or even months. However, it will slowly start to move higher. But right now I can see the signs that will lead to those higher prices. What I want to talk about first is Ethereum, because you can see that it is having another great run to the upside here, after this huge pump and then being supported several times by my orange line at 3,677. Why is this good for Ethereum? Yes, it's because people are looking forward to the spot Ethereum ETFs that are about to go live. This is very important because the spot Ethereum ETF and the spot Bitcoin ETF are very different. The first thing to note is that the acceptance of spot Ethereum ETFs really did come out of nowhere. Okay, there were reports that the Biden administration was pushing the SEC, but the SEC changed its mind in a week and approved the Ethereum ETFs. In other words, these Ethereum providers or spot Ethereum providers didn't have as much time as they did with the Bitcoin ETF because everyone thought it would be approved. Most people thought that the spot Bitcoin ETF would be approved for months, giving these providers plenty of time to buy Bitcoin. However, this is not the case with Ethereum, as the SEC changed their minds very quickly and approved the spot Ethereum ETF. There's one more very important thing to remember about this. If we look at the price action and the rumors that the spot Bitcoin ETF would be allowed, we can see that they were believed. People are now expecting the spot Bitcoin ETF to be approved. They saved Bitcoin from October 16th until it was finally accepted here in the middle of January. I think it was okay. You can see that people began to pump Bitcoin here. They probably bought a lot of Bitcoin here as well. The companies that were selling these ETFs also probably bought a lot of Bitcoin here. So it drove up the price, which makes sense. It really pumped it up by 86%, and then boom when the ETF was passed. You saw people make money, and then you saw what I've been saying here, don't do that. Think too highly of the short-term benefits. So this means that people are overestimating the short-term benefits. Keep in mind, though, that the short-term benefits will not be the only ones that matter. We are still going to go up after we went up. This is the main difference between the spot Bitcoin ETF and the spot Ethereum ETF that most people don't know about. For this long, you can gather Ethereum. What they're going to do now is slowly buy Ethereum here because they don't want to drive up the price too much. We already know that the Ethereum ETF is legal. Okay, guys. There might not be as much money to be made here as there was with Bitcoin. We'll see. But keep this in mind, people made money here too. It didn't take long to get back to these prices, and then we pumped even more. This is good news for Ethereum. This is also very important if you look at how many Bitcoins there are. It's the same thing I talked about yesterday. You can see that 52% is the next level of support for Bitcoin's power. But we're going against some long-term trends. So this is where Bitcoin rules. This is a trend line that goes all the way to 2022. You can see that this trend line has been holding up, but now we are breaking down from it. This is good for altcoins, and it ties in with what I think will happen near the end of this year. Now, I think the time when everything will go crazy is after the summer. Due to the fact that people haven't had a chance to collect, Ethereum is going to be the leader in the spot Ethereum ETF. The price of Ethereum is expected to go up a fair amount. Okay, if it does well, it will help all altcoins. One thing we do know is that Bitcoin doesn't really appeal to regular people anymore. Okay, Bitcoin did appeal to regular people in 2017, but now Bitcoin is too big. I think Bitcoin will go up to $150,000 this cycle, which is just a little more than a twofold increase from here. Okay, altcoins, on the other hand, are going to blow people away. As a matter of fact, we have been collecting a lot of the altcoins we spoke about. We have already done 10, 20, and 50 times in this cycle. This is very important to remember because as Ethereum goes up, so do altcoins, and you can see that the trend line is still going down on a daily basis. And if this keeps up, it will bring in a lot of retail buyers, which will cause that fear of missing out FOMO, which will cause those crazy price increases. At that point, we can all make money, call it a day, and wait for the next huge chance. Now that everything is set in stone, I will continue to keep you informed, and we will continue to use my trading methods and everything else that is already making us a lot of money. But first things first, this is what I think will happen, and it's also very important for the regular markets, which are currently on the weekly time frame shown below. This is my very important trend line, my orange line of $5,313. We need to get past this point now. This is for the next week, and if we can break through this point, things will get even stronger. Don't forget the weekly time window, since I think Bitcoin will stay the same, but Ethereum will pick up speed in the summer. I believe that the traditional markets will be more liquid if we can break through this level, even if it's not very fast. If we can at least break through this level and then continue to rise, it will give the markets a sense of security. That's all really great. If we see a refusal, we need to get past this. That will make the theory I have here a little less strong, but we'll still see it through. Yes, things will really start to pick up in late summer or after the summer. But the usual markets need to break through first. What supports this idea even more is what the market thinks will happen. For example, at the next meeting, the market thinks the Fed will keep rates the same. But if you look at December 18th, you can see that the market thinks we will only have one rate cut this year, at the end of the year. Right now, interest rates are 5%, and the market thinks they will be 5.25. Based on these numbers and predictions, there has only been one rate cut so far. The market thought we would have had 3 or 4 rate cuts by the beginning of this year. It looks like the market is very negative. The market doesn't think there will be any more rate cuts. The market will be shocked when the Fed starts to lower rates, which will bring back fear of missing out FOMO and push all of these assets up in value. Last but not least, what I also wanted to say. A lot of different things work well together in this drink. It looks like all of these things are coming together, and I think they will work out. But let us say that if they don't, we see a huge drop in the regular markets. Now, let's say that there is a big, bad event. Just like I said, that's going to make this argument a little less strong. In terms of odds, it will make things less likely. But it's more likely that we'll see the opposite, which means a huge event that will bring a lot of money back into the market. It will be like what happened during the pandemic year, when a lot of money was printed. I'm not sure what it will be, but I do think it will be this year. It will be the last big thing in a cocktail that will make all of us make crazy gains for the rest of this cycle. Now, here are some things you need to pay attention to this week. PC inflation for April is due on Friday, which is the most important one because it will show if It's not clear yet if inflation is actually becoming a problem. As Arthur says, we'll see a $4,500 Ethereum once spot Ethereum goes live. We'll see what happens with that. Also, guys, crypto is becoming popular. In 2023, 20% of US adults will own crypto, which is why you're seeing new Biden. You can see Donald Trump.